We're going to have ourselves a little bit of fog once again as we head into the night, though not as prevalent as previous evenings. It's still going to be more of the same. We'll have low to mid-30s for overnight low temperatures across much of KELOLAND, and that will give way to a warmer day tomorrow as we continue this nice little spring preview. Low to mid-50s just about across the board under partly to mostly cloudy skies. But what goes with the spring preview? Rain. We'll talk about that, plus a reminder of what season it actually is coming up in a little bit. Until then, First to Four starts right now.
Live from KELOLAND Media Group. KELOLAND News, first at 4.
Law enforcement officers across KELOLAND are mourning the loss of a sheriff's deputy, how they are honoring his life.
Plus, cutting emissions in St. Paul, Minnesota, why the fire department got an electric fire engine.
And later, retaliatory strikes against Iranian-backed groups that have attacked U.S. forces in the Middle East are now beginning. Good afternoon, and thanks for tuning in to First at 4. I'm Don Jorgensen.
And I'm Kelly Volk. The suspect charged in the death of a Moody County chief deputy appeared in front of a judge for the first time this morning. 40-year-old Joseph Hook of Sioux Falls is charged with first-degree murder and aggravated eluding. The charges stem from a Friday night pursuit that ended near the Coleman exit on I-29 that led to the death of 51-year-old Ken Prorock of Wentworth. Coming up in the next half hour, we'll have a closer look at the charges and how authorities ended the chase.
Prorock's death is being felt within law enforcement agencies all across KELOLAND. Both the Sioux Falls Police Department and the Minnehaha County Sheriff's Office have counselors available to help officers work through their grief.
We as law enforcement, in the past, we would kind of push emotions or how we felt about something deep down inside and maybe put up a tough exterior. I think events like these, we've come a long way in law enforcement, and part of that is we talk about events, we support each other.
And that includes supporting deputies in Moody County. We're going to find out how the Minnehaha County Sheriff's Office is doing just that tonight on KELOLAND News at 10.
A Rapid City man is out on bond after being accused of driving under the influence and hitting a parked vehicle early Sunday morning. Police say 39-year-old Brandon Decker was driving a car when he ran into a parked pickup and drove away from the scene. After seeing Decker fail to stop at the stop sign, officers pulled him over. They did a field sobriety test and found he could not stand up straight without assistance. Police say they found marijuana in his possession and a glass pipe in his car. He was arrested for his 6th DUI, drug charges, and not having insurance.
Well, turning our attention to the weather this morning, I drove back from Kearney, Nebraska.
I hear it wasn't good.
It was ugly. Heavy fog, freezing fog.
Yeah.
But then when we got to Sioux Falls area, sunshine.
Hey, I do what I can. At least the end of the drive was better. You know, it was another morning where we had another round of fog, and I'm going to tell you this right now. We have another round of fog on the way later tonight into Tuesday, but it's not going to be widespread under a quarter-mile visibility kind of stuff, but still, it's going to be annoying all the same. There is a view from our camera on 41st Street, the Empire Mall over there front and center. 44 here in Sioux Falls with a south wind at 11 miles per hour. It really is just a wonder what some extra sunshine will do to figuratively and literally brighten the day. I can't say the same for Aberdeen, though. Fog over Brown County, 37 with a south wind of 15 miles per hour. At least we can see something. Lately, we've had a bit of trouble, to put it mildly, in terms of getting some clear shots when we do get that fog in place. Last night was a prime example of that out in Rapid City. 45 right now for Brookings, 44 Watertown, 45 in Pierce, 61 for Phillips. Speaking of Rapid City, they're also in the 60s once again at 61. Pine Ridge, Spearfish, and Buffalo all at 57, 48. In the Southern Hills toward Custer, 37 in Aberdeen, as well as Mitchell. Compared to yesterday, yeah, you're doing pretty well for yourselves out West River. 10 to 20 degrees warmer compared to the same point yesterday afternoon. Even East River, unless you're Mitchell and Huron, you're doing better compared to yesterday as well. And we're going to continue to take steps up the ladder as we head into the midweek outlook. I don't think we're going to be taking steps as big as this but it's still going to be a warm-up that'll go through at least Wednesday. For now, though, not a whole lot of anything going on. The cloud cover is even dissipated, so we're giving ourselves a pretty nice evening across KELOLAND, and that's going to set us up for, like I said, a little bit of fog tonight, but a decent day tomorrow. Warmer, highs on either side of 50 for southeastern KELOLAND, and even up to the northeast as well, with the wind staying calm for now. That's the key phrase there. Out west, we'll also see temperatures mainly in the 50s, maybe a few low 60s toward the southwestern corner of South Dakota. But then we get a reminder by the end of the week that, yes, it is winter. It's not going to be like January, but you'll see what I mean. We'll talk about that as we head through the hour.
All right. Thanks a lot, Adam. The St. Paul Fire Department made headlines last year as the first in Minnesota to buy an electric-powered fire engine. It is a step in the city's climate action plan to cut emissions that cause climate change. That fire truck will be delivered this year by a company out of Wyoming, Minnesota. Aaron Hazanzadeh with our CBS affiliate in Minnesota went there to see how this cutting-edge rig will make a big impact.
This sprawling Rosenbauer campus, nestled in Wyoming, Minnesota, is filled with hundreds of employees, customizing massive rigs like this one.
This is a airport rescue firefighting truck.
Or traditional fire trucks like these that'll be sent around the country, even around the world. But you'll also find something a little more subtle.
This is the RTX. In all of her glory.
When we were coming up with our idea of what we wanted to have the future look like, this is kind of what we came up with.
This electric-powered fire truck is already on the roads in Los Angeles and Vancouver. California and Canada will each get one more, and then it's Minnesota's turn.
St. Paul hopefully will be the fifth.
It doesn't have the rumble of a traditional red rig.
It's parked and running as we speak. We get a lot of grief sometimes that this does not look like a normal fire truck. It's new, it's different. As soon as they get their hands on this thing, they completely change their mind.
Traditional fire trucks cost anywhere from $900 to $1.3 million. The RTX is nearly double at $1.85 million. But it opens up funding options from cities and governments pushing to cut emissions. And the sticker price comes with safety upgrades like this lower profile height option. The volunteer firefighter Zach Paul says is a game changer.
It helps firefighters with reduce their injuries, helps them with knee problems, back problems.
Digital mirrors are an important second set of eyes, and powerful hose pressure options can help conserve water. But we wanted to try it.
My turn to drive.
For ourselves. A smooth ride with the quick pickup you'd expect from an EV. The RTX can go about 100 to 150 miles, give or take, on a single charge. But you're wondering, what about those busy days where this rig's going from call to call? Well, there's a backup energy system that's diesel powered that can refuel this car so that firefighters can keep going. Paul says the Los Angeles Fire Department can go weeks without refilling their backup diesel supply that recharges the battery on the go. A huge improvement from current standards.
We get about 1.5 to maybe, if we're lucky, 3 miles per gallon on a normal fire truck.
Right now, workers in the U.S. put the final finishes on the EV shell that's made in Europe. But if demand picks up, that could change.
The long-term goal is to have an EV fire truck production facility in Minnesota?
Yeah, in this very building here, hopefully.
Paving a path for more green jobs and a made-in-Minnesota product that can help serve communities and save our warming planet. In Wyoming, Aaron Hassanzadeh, WCCO News.
And Paul says that their goal this year is to sell 15 RTX trucks. He estimates that there are a dozen right now on the roads in Europe.
Cannabis has been legal in Minnesota for 6 months, but there's still about a year before state regulators predict you could walk into a dispensary and buy marijuana. Right now, there are 16 different licenses from growing, manufacturing, and selling recreational cannabis, low-dose hemp THC products, and medical cannabis. State regulators are still building out the new Office of Cannabis Management, tasked with oversight, but they want sales to start by early next year. The industry is recommending the state to issue temporary or early business licenses as soon as this summer if lawmakers approve.
This is a plant that you need to grow. So the dispensaries aren't going to have anything to sell unless people start growing this stuff through a licensed process now.
The interim cannabis chief says the state is currently in the process of designing a license application system and will begin testing how it works later this spring.